coming to you guys live from coast to coast. It's your boy. I'm ChrisDaDon1. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Feel free to hit the subscription button and notification bell. Share this with your friends, family, as well as your followers. Let's get this channel lit in the YouTube algorithm because you all guys, you're all well aware the YouTube algorithm know of me, but it doesn't really know me. All right. You want to further support the channel, become a Don Squad member, hit the join membership button. Remember, membership has its privileges. All right. Got all that stuff out of the way in less than 40 seconds, less than 60 seconds. That's a Nicolas Cage movie. So, movie reference. So, without further ado, let's get into today's topic. Today's topic, I want to talk about my review of Gears of War Reloaded. Now, if you want to watch the full live stream, I did the whole story mode from start to finish. I got the live streams down below. Just watch all the live streams. I think the last live stream, there was a little hiccup. There was a little snare where I couldn't beat the final boss. And I'm going to explain to you why I had issues and problems with not only that final boss, but the whole game entirely. Now, first and foremost, I like to say this for the record. I am a Gears of War fanatic. I'm a Gears of War historian, okay? I'm a Gears of War veteran, suited and booted to the core of Gears of War. You know, Gears of War is one of the reasons why I wanted to purchase an Xbox. Not because of Halo, not because of all the other games that they made. I was very hooked and deep rooted into Gears of War. And to me, back in the day, I view Gears of War like the urban version of Uncharted. Those are two of my best franchises. The Uncharted franchise and the Gears of War franchise. They don't even make those games like that anymore, all right? So I want to let the record be known about that. So I played Gears of War campaign. I have played it on my Xbox. Nothing really changed, but there's some subtle differences. Not with the core of the game, but the game mechanics. And I didn't experience this on my Xbox like I experienced it on my PlayStation 5. Now, who knows? Might be better on the PlayStation Pro, but I'm just coming from a perspective of the PlayStation 5. I'm pretty sure the majority of you guys are playing this on your PlayStation 5. So here are some things. Now, the muddy graphics and textures, I'm used to this because I played those muddy graphic type textures with the hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? All right. How you doing? All right. Yo. So I played that type of game on the Xbox. So when it transferred to PlayStation, you know, there was no big deal about that. However, I will say this, a lot of the game mechanics, I don't know if it's because of how they ported it to the PlayStation or how the PlayStation DualSense is going to be involved with Gears. I don't know. I don't know. The translation, I have, hold up. I have a challenge for you. Okay, what's the challenge? Tell me the challenge. Is there any money involved in this challenge, first and foremost? All right? Because I'm willing to do a challenge, but if there's no money involved in it, then we just need to just keep it pushing. All right. So, anywho, the problem I have with this game is the mechanics. I felt like there were certain doors when you push the button, it wouldn't open. There was moments in the game where doors that you know you can open. Hold up. If you spell this word correctly, you'll get $1 per word. I want the money first, okay? But hey, I'll play your game, but a little bit later on, okay? I'll play your game, but a little bit later on, all right? Because I know you're trying to trick me into a word you want me to say. So I'll play your game, but I want the money up front. I want the money in the super chat, and I'll play a little bit later as soon as I get done with my review, all right? Let me do this review first, okay? So Um, like I said, there were certain doors that on the Xbox version, you push the button, the door opens. There was certain times in this game where you push the door and the door doesn't open. Or if it did open, it'll just open halfway. So you have to keep constantly pushing the button. I had a huge issue with that. There was certain, like when you go into hiding mode on certain walls or certain things, it just didn't register with the character very well. But I feel like that could be easily fixed through patches and things of that nature. So I'm not going to mark it off totally because of that. All right. Um, but yeah, that gave the game a little hiccup in my personal opinion. I didn't really enjoy the game fully like I did. One of the reasons why I didn't enjoy the game fully is because I had played it before. And I knew that going in, but it felt like a chore to me going through the progression of the game. And there was moments where I said, you know what? I'm done. I already played this campaign before on Xbox. I really don't have nothing to prove by playing it on PlayStation. It's no big deal. But I felt like, yo, might as well, if I'm at this point of the campaign, I might as well complete it and finish it. Okay. There were certain bosses that, you know, were there, then there was not there. And the hit detection was non-existent in certain parts of this campaign. It's a very good, if you're new to Gears of War and you want to know more about Gears of War, but you always had a PlayStation and you never had an Xbox, I think this is a great introduction of if you interested in Gears of War or not. But I do feel like the later versions of Gears of War is going to be very appealing to PlayStation fans out there who only played one console or who have never played the Gears of War franchise. I feel like a lot of those people are going to really enjoy it. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? You doing all right this Friday morning? So that's so I had to take a little mark off of those things. Some of the mechanics didn't work fully. The hit detection was spotty at best. I don't really too much care about graphics, particularly an older game like this. You kind of expect it. It is what it is. They didn't build it from the ground up. So I'm not going to mark them a point for that. Um, but other than that, the campaign was pretty decent. And the reason why I say it's pretty decent is because I already played this game before. So unless it was going to add something different or come or go through a certain situation a different way, then fine. There was a moment in the live stream and the instructions, I felt like on the Xbox version, they explained the instructions very, very well. However, on the PlayStation one, they kind of rushed through it. And there's a part of the game where you're in an opry house and there's a monster below. You know, you're not going to kill the monster with the gun. And if you kill the enemies that are trying to protect the monster, all they do is respawn back. So basically, you're just wasting bullets. So basically, in this part, they just want you to shoot the cables so the wall comes down on the monster. All right. And it says it, shoot the cables so the wall can come down. But it doesn't fully explain it to you. And there was a moment where I had to pause the game. I watched a video, and when I watched the video, the guy is literally shooting the cables. And I'm going like, wait a minute, I've been shooting the cables for like the past 10 minutes and they don't register, all right? So after I kept fooling around with it at a couple of attempts, I said to myself, why don't I shoot the bottom part, not the cable, but the bottom part that's attached to the cable. I shoot that, it destroys the cable from the wall. And there's 3 more like that. So I said, okay, let me do it this way. So after I shoot the little knobs off the wall that supported the cable, the wall finally came down. And to me, that would have been cool if they would have explained it a little bit better. And like I said, I haven't played this game in a while. Maybe I did it that exact way on the Xbox version and I'm just not familiar with it, but it kept instructing you to shoot the cable. So I'm going by what the game is telling me. All right. Another thing is the AI. The AI is dumb as a box of rocks. Okay. The enemies as well as your co-op, the other guys that are surrounding Marcus. Okay, they're dumb as bricks and they constantly get killed. All right, and there is a command system where you can tell them to fall back, you can tell them to cease fire, you can tell them to attack, but when you push those functions, they don't work. They don't work. It's like you're instructing them to fall back, but they don't fall back. So the only time they really work when there's no danger. When there's no danger around, you can use those functions. But what are you sending them to attack when there's no danger? Okay, they'll fall back, but other than that, I felt like I don't know if that was the button layout or that's a bug in the system, but it's, maybe they looked at it from the perspective of people are really not going to use this functionality. So why are we trying to enhance it or bring it back? All right. So they probably thought PlayStation people that's going to play this game, it's no big deal to them. All right. And when it comes to the enemies will spawn. Like you'll open a door, there's nothing in the room. The moment you step in, an enemy just spawn from out of nowhere. You're going like, what the hell did that come from? All right. So I had a huge problem with that. I had another huge problem with my comrades. They would do the exact same thing. You're in a battle, you don't see your comrades. All right. You go, you duck, you start shooting, then all of a sudden your comrades just spawn right in front of you. And sometimes they'll run in front of your sight. You're shooting a target, your comrades will just run right in front of you, and you're going like, hey man, move out the way so I can shoot this guy. There's no need for you to rush because I got it already with this guy. This guy's almost dead. So I had a huge problem with that. The co-op part, and maybe, like I said, I haven't played this game in a while. To me, I thought, look, in the era we're living in, you got to have public co-op. All right. Local co-op does not exist in this era of gaming. A lot of your friends may not buy the game. So you want it to be public so people who purchase the game, they can jump into your campaign or you can jump into their campaign. It's non-existent in this game. Now, I don't know if they're going to patch this later on, but to me, Gears of War Judgment feels like a rush job. It just felt like Microsoft said, we have to put something out, okay? But other than that, the campaign's good. The same issues I had with the story when I played it back in the day are the same issues I have with it now with the PlayStation. I felt like it was just an untedious task to go from one objective to the next objective. Okay, we go here, we'll get the device that's going to kill our enemies. Then once we go there, we get the device, we find out the device doesn't work. It doesn't work if we don't have another device to enhance it. So we go into that, so we proceed to that chapter. We get that device, we try to put the two together. Well, it's enhancing, but it's not enhancing good enough. Come to find out, we need power. Come to find out, there's a train with the rest of it. It's just a it's a story, but some of the objectives in the story doesn't make sense. It just passive aggressive. There's no reason why this campaign should be this long. All right. Which I liked it. I think I put 8 hours in. I think 8 hours is a good, decent game. But if there's no good story in it, then why make it that long? And that's the same issues I had it when I played it on the Xbox. I felt the exact same way when I played it on the Xbox, and to this day, I still have the same complaints that I had when even now on my PlayStation. So real fast, real quick, let me jump onto the multiplayer because I didn't play much of the multiplayer, but a lot of people that play Gears of War say the same thing what I'm about to echo. They're echoing my sentiments about multiplayer. I think multiplayer is just Passover if you want to play multiplayer, I guess. But this Gears of War multiplayer is, if you rank all the multiplayers of Gears, this is the worst multiplayer by far. I think Judgment multiplayer was a better multiplayer than this multiplayer. All right, and I wasn't a big fan of Judgment as well. Um, Let me see who. Okay, so that's pretty much hold on one second, y'all. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Let's do this. We'll just put you in timeout. We'll put you in there for like 24 hours. There we go. I don't like it when people come into your live and they say stupid stuff. Okay. Just worry about what I'm talking about. Don't necessarily worry about who I'm talking to or what I'm talking to. Just worry about what I'm talking about, because when this live is over with, I guarantee you it's going to be more people watching the re-air of it. So don't come in here with all that foolishness, okay? I'm here to have a good time. I'm trying to give a review on Gears of War and Reloaded, and you say something stupid, maybe you just need to sit down and think about what you just said. Okay, so anyway, I hate to do that. Yeah, if you want to play multiplayer, this is not the best multiplayer of the Gears of War franchise. But if you want something to pass you over, I guess you can play it. But I don't think you're gonna have any fun with it because, one, you're at a disadvantage because uh, one, you have to add. I know there's some people that, wait, what's up, Jack? What's up? I know some people take off crossplay, but think about it. If you take off crossplay, you're eliminating 75% of the population that's playing the online. So I'm doing great. I'm doing great, Jack. So you might as well keep it on. And you're going to be at a disadvantage because it's going to be Xbox players that have already been there and done that with this multiplayer and played the other multiplayers of Gears of War, and PC, and the PC crowd. And there's a lot of people on PC that, let's just face it, they know they done hacked the system. All right. There's a bunch of hackers out there. So to me, you're not going to have a good time on multiplayer. And the multiplayer component of this game, out of all the Gears of War games, multiplayer, this is by far the worst one. All right. So a lot of, I don't think you're gonna have a good time with it. I've seen people play it. I played one match and I had enough of it. I'm like, I'm dropping it. Okay. There's a reason why I didn't even play it back in the day. Now, I played Gears of War 3, or 2. I was heavy on 2. I was heavy on 3. Judgment. I even was heavy on the Gears that had the girl on it. I can't think of her name right now. I can't think of that Gears. And Marcus Phoenix' son. That was pretty decent. But those games, you had a mixture. You could play the campaign alone. You can play the campaign with other people. You can play a horde mode. You can play the multiplayer mode. So there was different ways to excite yourself with the other Gears games. So and the Reloaded is minus horde mode, and you just can't just jump in anybody's game um, uh, campaign unless you have friends that purchase the game on your friends list. I guess you can go that route. And I don't think the multiplayer is the best. Okay, but yeah, that's all I got. Uh, check out my live stream. I did play it. It was all right. I think this is a good pastime. I guess this is good to pass your time for Battlefield, even though Battlefield 6 is coming out in October. That's a long, long wait. So what I'm gonna be doing next, I'm probably gonna go back on Splitgate 2, play that until the wheels fall off of Splitgate. Maybe there's a game from now to Battlefield that I might be interested in playing. But other than that, there's really nothing else to play. I guess I can go back to Hell Divers. They got an update. They got the Halo package in there. But I'm not even interested even going into Hell Divers. I play that on my other YouTube channel. You can check that out as well. But it's at the end of the day, Gears of War is alright. Okay, Gears of War Judgment. If I have to give it a grade, I give it a 7. I just give it a 7. So that's all I got, guys. Tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. It's your boy, the host with the most. I do not brag or boast, and I'm coming to you guys live from coast to coast. I'm gone. Deuces, guys. Deuces.